What up, guys? COB Big Chieferton here. What we got today is a game against SeriousMoe, aka Zach Lane. Me and him have pretty similar backgrounds. Both came into the game around Madden 10. Kind of got into the stage then. Not great players at that point, but definitely pretty good. But yeah, we're going to play a $70 game. I got just a dub on it with him straight up, and then COB Cash Cow, aka Shireen Sterling, is going ahead and side bet 50 on me. But yeah, we're going to jump into the game. Me and him both have been, probably top 5 players the last 3 years. Obviously, that's up for debate, but I think both of us would agree with that. As well as probably a lot of other guys. So right now I'm just going to get a feel for him. He usually does some pretty wild stuff on D. When you have this two guys of this caliber going at it, it's a chess game, and it's every adjustment's huge, and right there the ball goes through Sydney's hands. Or I maybe debated a bad read, threw that just a tad late. But yeah, his ball here, not what I wanted, but I don't know, my defense has been pretty good, and I'm not even going to sugarcoat this at all. I had him in a fucking cage all game, and he scored 30-something points. He had a lot of no gains, a lot of, sacks, a lot of just eating the ball in there. I'm getting too wild almost. I'm rushing 6 guys, and I'm just going to put yellows across the board, and hopefully, he just makes a quick throw where the pressure gets there. Obviously not there, but I mean, you got to gamble in this game. If you don't get turnovers playing stock defenses. I don't think I've ever really turned the ball over against a 2-man under stock without any adjustments. Pretty rare to. I mean, and that same can be said for the NFL. I mean, the better the quarterback, typically, I don't know what that bullshit was. Typically, the better the quarterback, I would say, they turn the ball over more or less when they get confused. Not necessarily, I mean, if you're going to play stock 2-man under, yeah, they have routes that they think will probably beat that. I mean, it's just making adjustments from there, and there he has Vernon deep, so he's up 14-0. I haven't had very good starts to my game lately. It's kind of been disappointing. After kind of analyzing a little bit, I think I need a more composed style coming out of the gate, as far as, not throwing the ball down the field, but maybe audibling to ace or audibling to that stretch and kind of reading the defense a little more, maybe running the ball where I think I could gain some yards. And here, down 14-7, and I'm just going to make some wild adjustments on D. Like I said, this is a chess game between me and him. I'm just trying to confuse him. Hopefully he'll make a bad read, and there he made a bad read. I was sitting there right there with Thomas, and that's one of those that I pick 90% of the time, but there, obviously I just couldn't do it. And here, I don't know how else to put this, but I got him in a box. One of the best offensive players of the last 3 years, I had him in a legitimate box. And I think, I talked to Mo on the mic, called him right after the game, and I said, "You were in a box the whole game, bro." And he's like, "I won the game." So obviously, I mean, he wasn't disagreeing with that. And I said, we could send the read for 50 right now. So, I felt pretty confident there. I'm just dialing up the Dizzy Dot. Go ahead and outrun him with Tate. So yeah, 14-14. I'm feeling pretty good at this point. I'm getting a good feel for his offense. Tie game, especially after being down 14-0. It's very, very encouraging at this point to tie that ball game. And here, it's just game time, aka cage time right now at this point. He's just not getting a feel for anything that I'm doing defensively, and I'm doing kind of some rather weird stuff. And there, that should have been a pick too. I had him in a flat zone. I kind of pulled him way off. So he probably wouldn't initially see that, but yeah, he was definitely in a flat. If I would have usered that and ball hawked it, I probably would have got it, but there, he's going to go ahead and run the ball. And here, look at the adjustments I'm making on that left-hand side. I got two kind of strange. I got my corner out there on Gore, and my other guy on Moss out there. And what that does, I mean, I'm just trying to confuse him, essentially. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and play Fag in the red zone. And I got him yicked it with Sherman. Not really sure what the hell he's doing there. I've seen a couple other people try that route. Personally, I think it's kind of a dumbass call. It looked kind of open, but I mean, it wasn't open at all. I mean, but sometimes it is glitchy. Like Sidney Rice is 6'4", but Browner's 6'4" too, and I got better stick work than this bum. Yeah, and he returns a kickoff. I mean, he really needed that, to be completely honest, because going into this second half, I had his defense so boxed it wasn't even funny. And that's kind of rare. I mean, SeriousMoe and we play every year. We're pretty big rivals because, you know, we're pretty good and we play each other a lot. And this is the first year where I had him in a box. You know, felt pretty confident at this point. And here, I'm gonna go ahead and blitz, and I'm gonna leave nobody on Gore except myself. And I'm gonna bank on him throwing that quick wheel, and I'm just gonna yick it. I'm gonna fly over there as soon as I can. Kind of a degree of deception here. I'm not really sitting over there quite yet. And he's playing honestly like a little bitch. Milking the clock down to 3 or 4 seconds in the third quarter with 4 minutes left is rather scummy, I think. Definitely something I didn't expect from, you know, nonetheless a buddy. I mean, I could see a $300 game, but, you know, me and SeriousMoe play $70 games pretty much on the reg, so, I mean, this is nothing new to us, and for him to be milking it that hard, I think is, to agree, somewhat disrespectful on his part. I didn't really appreciate that at all. He fumbles again. I got so many motherfuckers trying to dive on that, and you saw her previously, Russell. The one time I run the ball with Russell, and he has decent carry, I cough it up, and there I just can't even fall on one. So I'm getting pretty disappointed. Had to suck down a few beverages during this game just to kind of keep my cool. I'm getting pretty stressed out at this point. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and throw another pick there. That's just a terrible read by me. Not much else to be said about that. Yeah, that was just bad. And here, I'm flying all over the field with Thomas. Another 3rd and 10. He hasn't moved the ball relatively at all lately. So, and I think the difference of that is, and there's an intentional grounding. I had Irvin screaming. The difference I think in this game was I had a lot of open receivers. I mean, I have the dots dialed up. It's just as far as me getting the ball to them. As you can see, like RB on that vertical, he was there. I have a lot of guys there, and as I look at the game film, you know, I can kind of recognize, you know, what I should have done in that particular situation. But, you know, when you're in the heat of the game, that's a lot harder to do. As I just said the play before, I noticed that verticals was going to be open, and I went ahead and hit it there. On the other side of the spectrum, I felt like he just didn't truly have anybody open. I mean, he can't throw the ball and get somebody open. He just didn't have anybody open. Big Chief pretty much had the locks on him this game. There I went ahead and threw a streak to Baldwin, and here I'm just going to run it in with Lynch. So 31-21, not great, but if I get to stop him in the ball game, and he's just having very little success doing anything. Running the ball, throwing the ball, and here he's going to go ahead and milk the clock again. Mo, if you're watching this, I think that's a pretty scummy move. There I had Sherman in a yellow. I'd say he's going to pick that 50% of the time. They didn't give it to me there. Pretty disappointing, but whatever. There, I clicked off Thomas pretty much at the snap of the ball. I didn't really mean to. I was going to go ahead and try to yick that route with the running back again. As you can see here, and this is a 4th down. I don't think he gets it and whatever. And I want to apologize because I didn't get this whole game in. Something must have cut off, but I only lost by 4. Had a shot, but yeah, this is all I got. I'm sorry about it. Subscribe, guys. Thanks.